Alright, we are on... Oh, it's Rob, by the way. Well, you probably know that because you're watching my video. But it is the 24th of February. We are on the Duckabush River Trail up near Quilcene. Ooh, some sunlight's peeking through. Near Quilcene, Washington on the Hood Canal, which is on the east side of the Olympic Peninsula. It is interesting. We had some snow. It's been a real weird weather week. Snow off and on, icy conditions in the Tacoma Olympia areas. Snow up along 101 on the way up here. That first time I've ever seen snow in this area. This low anyway. And yeah, lots of snow all around us. We got some sun breaking through though. Small group of us. We got Ernie and Raven, the pup up front. We got Stanley and Bonnie and Ayumi behind me. And we're not even a mile in. It's in the low 30s. And I've already stripped down. And I wore way too many. I wear like 4 layers on. Got way too warm. So I'm down to my t-shirt for the moment. And kind of comfortable. I got some arm sleeves I may throw on here if my arms start getting cold, but the importance of layering. I can stop and throw another. I've got a long sleeve shirt, a sweater, and a jacket to put back on if I need to. So we're gonna head in, following the river kind of roughly, about 5 miles in or so. Just find a good place to stop for lunch and then head on back. So hopefully there will be something interesting to see and share along the way. And we'll see you then. Looks like there's been some washout here in the past of some sort. I don't know what that drainage tube comes from somewhere up higher, or if it's just bypassed for the trail. Kind of a neat little spot. Alright, we're about 2.5 miles in, and we're kind of at a stretch that's hitting right along the river here. You can hear that in the background. Got a little cool, so I put one more layer back on in my arm sleeves and a few other things. Oh, there's nice little, some good views. Blue skies are peeking out, which means the sun is starting to melt the snow off the treetops, and so we're getting like dripped on a little bit. We're at about our 10th crawling over under logs. Not even to the really bad part yet. Let's see. We're almost to the main hill where we're coming up on the switchbacks. Should be pretty shortly here. Ooh, this is a nice. Yeah, that's kind of nice. All right, I gotta take some pictures. Oh, the peak up there. Let's see if that can... I have to flip this around and take some pictures. So we're starting to see some of the first traces of the fire damage in the area. Like that tree, some trees there, picture that one right there, some stuff out there. I think as we get almost to Big Hump, and I think that's where the bulk of it is, where we'll find. Particular tree looks like it got damaged in the fire, and then weakened and then literally fell across the trail. So it's all burned out on the underside. Let's get up here and take a shot of it from the side. Let's make a nice little cover. And there comes Stanley. You can really see a lot of the downed trees as a result from fire damage. Weakens the trees, kills them off, or just weakens them enough that they come down pretty easy in the winds. We've been pretty lucky so far, not a lot crossing the trail. Ernie brought a little folding saw and has cut some of the smaller ones out of our way. We lost the sun, but the cloud layer is just kind of a cool effect. So we've dipped down the backside of Big Hump. We had a nice little overlook that I think is what people refer to as lunch spot or something like that. It's a nice overlook. That's a good spot to, or snack spot, I think, on the trail reports. But now we're just down this little valley, and definitely a change in the temps. It's I bet you it's a good 5 or 6 degrees cooler, and we got more snow. We're gonna go about another, right about 4.5 miles now. We're gonna go another half mile, just so we can round it out at 10 miles before we stop for lunch. That'll put us right about 1 o'clock, like we had planned on for a turnaround time. So yeah, we'll check it out when we get there. Oh, here, look around. There's the valley here. More. Still lots of down trees all around us. So we're just about to our lunch spot. We're about 4.8 miles. We're trying to go to 5 just to get that magical double-digit hike in. But getting a lot more obstacles climbing over and under through here. Actually, now it's opening up pretty good in the front. Back that way. So about another 0.2 quarter mile, so we can make sure we hit that 10-mile mark on the way back. So quiet and so many burned trees. Kind of neat. All right, so we might check in either when we stop for lunch or on the way back. There's Ernie doing a little trail maintenance for us, taking care of some of the down stuff. You may get it done by the time we get down there. Okay, so we found a lunch spot with a bit of a view. I had to scramble a little bit up a little hill, but it's like with all the down trees, everything's kind of a scramble around here. But just a beautiful. So we got the fog clouds coming in over those tops. You come over here, you got blue sky just peeking through, and I don't know what peak that is. I'll have to pull my peak finder out and see if I can figure out which one that is. If I figure out what it is, I'll label it on the video. So we're just about done taking our lunch break and going to head back. Ended up sitting here a little bit longer, but
Didn't end up making it. Didn't have 46 miles. We were snowshoeing from like.
All right, one last view over this way.
More lower, right about the spot where the upper trail meets the lower trail. We're going up.
So it's interesting to see just all the char on this tree, but it is still very much alive. They just have such thick bark that it helps protect them from stuff like that. So we're on our way back. We We're still probably about 4.5 miles back from the trailhead. We're got a slight uphill, and then it'll be all the switchbacks downhill for about 3/4 to a mile, and then it's maybe just over a mile, and then a gentle slope for a few miles back to the trailhead. So it's kind of one of those trails. There's not, other than like the trees and stuff, it's not like there's any huge spectacular vistas. Although I didn't want to get too close when we were at our lunch spot. We were on this cliff area right over the river. That was kind of cool, but I didn't want to get too close to the edge to really. I caught a brief corner of the river glimpse of it, so, but not worth getting too close, especially in slippery conditions such as this. Oh, there is this though. Icicles. And icicles and icicles. So that's pretty cool. So that notch there in the tree looks kind of like a mouth, but it's not. Sometimes you see double ones, and they look like eyes in the tree. They're not ents from Mirkwood or anything like that. These are holes from springboards when they were taking lumber from the area, taking trees for lumber. Those notches would get cut into there for boards that had a spike on the end that would catch on the upper side. I'll see if I can find some illustrations. They'd catch up in there, they'd stand on the boards, the lumberjacks would stand on these boards to, you typically like opposite or kind of across from each other, to saw off the trees, the big two-man saws. Yeah, it is kind of cool. Sometimes I've seen some that when you're coming across them, it looks like a face staring at you from the trees, from the stumps. Got a lot of pictures of stuff like that. They're always kind of neat to kind of come across. We've got a little over a mile left. We're running a little behind. We got one member of our party that has a slight leg problem, and so kind of, especially when you're hiking with a group, especially, well, even just by yourself, you have to be prepared for contingencies. It's about 5:30 now. Fortunately, it's staying much lighter, much later here than it was, say, a month ago even. A month ago, it would probably be pitch black out right now here in the woods. It's not showing as light. Well, let's see. It's still actually showing pretty decent light out. It's definitely twilight though. But we're just having to take a slow pace. He's just not able to walk very fast right now. So if we're doing a mile an hour, that's probably pretty good right now. So just throw our timetable off a bit, but that's fine. You know, you gotta learn to be flexible. If it was, don't leave anybody behind, of course. So I'm not gonna worry about that. So we're just kind of plutzing along. A couple of the group, they're further up ahead, but they stop and pause for us, and I'm just trying to keep pace, making sure I keep an eye on them, and we'll get there when we get there. I can think of worse places to be stuck than out here in the woods, enjoying. It is just really, other than the sound of the river a little bit, it's just nice and quiet. A little bit of water dripping from the trees. Every once in a while I hear him behind me. He's got his canteen cup hanging from his belt, so I hear that rattle a little bit, so I know he's still back there. And I can hear the others. Looks like or it sounds like they paused just up ahead around the next bend. So I'm just taking my time, enjoying nature, enjoying being out here. It's not raining, so that's a bonus. It was a little chilly, but warm enough that I had to shed layers once you work up a sweat. Yeah. So yeah. We're almost back. I'll probably do a little quick thing once we get back to the trailhead. But other than that, thanks for sticking around with us, and hopefully we'll see you on the trail again soon. So I just thought I'd do a little quick snippet here. We're just about maybe less than a quarter mile to the trailhead in the cars. We're going to be just over 10 miles by the time we get there. But I thought I'd show just how much darker it is now. Yeah, you can't probably see me at all. All you can kind of see is a little bit of the... you can see my head there, kind of. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for tagging along. This is Rob with Positively Healthy. Just doing another fun outdoor adventure. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'm doing any video, but tomorrow we're actually going up into the mountains in Snoqualmie Pass and do some snow tubing. I'll probably do a couple of short little videos of that, I guess. But yeah, that's not quite as exciting as hiking and stuff, but it'll be a fun time. We're going with some friends and their kids, so it'll be a family day tomorrow. So my extended family. Thanks a lot. Anyway, check back soon. I suppose I should start doing the obligatory please feel free to like and subscribe and all that other fun stuff. I got some pictures I'll roll in after the end of this. Bye now.